Hi everyone, this is a day trade recap. Today is July 18th and I worked with two stocks today. There were several others that I mentioned in the trade plan room for my members, but really only two set up and it wasn't an easy trade day. But we did get some good trades in. We were able to make $1.56 per share today between three different trades on two different stocks. So I'll start with the first one we worked with was ILAG, I-L-A-G. This was a recent IPO. And I actually started to hear it hit my scanner right around 7:34 this morning, so a couple of minutes after opening bell. And I had to hurry to the daily chart and try to draw some lines. And since this was a recent IPO, I had to use lower time frames to get my target lines on here. And you can see just a few days ago, not even a week ago, when it opened the IPO, it was up to $26.40. And then it sold clear down to $2.20. So it pretty much lost all of its value in a couple of days. That was really bad. But I thought since it's hitting the scanner, we'll just maybe work with it a little bit. I drilled down to a 4-hour chart, and that wasn't really easy to get any levels. 2-hour chart was a little bit better, but I kept drilling down. I ended up like on the 15-minute chart, I think it was, before I was able to get some decent lines on here. And these had this line here based on this level, and then this line here based on that level. So those were the two next levels in a line for me to look at for targets. Okay, so by now it was right around this candle, and I thought this is my confirmation indicator down here, and it looked really good. Things were holding, so I thought, well, it's going to make it to this first line at least. So I got in on this candle at $3.63. It was a doji, so it was a little bit difficult to play that candle. Then the next candle had some strength, and this gave me confidence down here that it was going to continue to my target, and I got out at $3.95. It pulled back. I didn't get in on this little play between $3.90 to $4.33. I didn't do that. It did hit it. It did hit my next line very well several times, but I missed that. It just felt like there was more risk than reward, and you can see everybody else kind of felt the same way about it because it was very choppy above this line to that line. So I sat that next trade out on this stock, and I went over to EVTL, which was a stock that I called out very early to my trade plan room members because it had made this move from like $5 to $6.44. It had done that in pre-market, and then it just started selling off. And I thought, is this thing ever going to find its bottom, right? It just wasn't looking very good. But it stopped right around this level. It had news and stuff. It's a higher float, pretty high float on this one. But because it was holding this level, and if you look back to the previous trading day, that level was, this area, this high. It did go higher that day, but it was kind of a logical level for it to try to find some support, and it did. So it started to hit my scanner again, gaining some momentum here. So I was able to pick it up right here at around 9:28 my time this morning. Got in at $4.81 and thought, well, I'm going to take it to this level. And this level, right, it was this area that it kept hitting, as support and resistance previously. So that one made sense to me, and I got out right there at $5.61 for an 80-cent gain. That was a really good trade. Clear through VWAP. It did pull back at VWAP, but I thought, you know what, it's going to do a gap fill, and that's what it was. It was doing a gap fill from this sell-off, and it came right back up to previous, support resistance. I just kind of looked back to see where it had tagged multiple times. That's what I was looking at, and I kept watching it for little next levels above this, right? So this was the next level I looked at. That's why I drew this line, and it hit it. I got out, though, a little bit below on the pullback. I sold into weakness, but let's see. I had got in really good, so I was okay. My entry was $5.48, and I took it to $5.92, selling into weakness. I could have sold at $6, but I didn't. I got $5.92, and then that was all I did. So I made 44 cents on the second trade, 80 cents on this first trade on EVTL, and then 32 cents on ILAG. Just not an easy day, but if you review these stocks, these trades, you can see the logic behind these. What's important is just getting your targets in, right? You need to understand how to draw these targets, what it's going to do. This thing looked really good for me on this bottom bounce. That's why I took it there. But anyway, this thing, now it's selling off pretty good. I don't know what's going on with it. But anyway, that's all I did for today. It was just a really difficult trade day for me, and I hope this was helpful to you, and I hope you have a great day.